What's going on, everybody? My name is Tamar Turner, and I'm the host of the Down to Business podcast, where the mission is to really provide exposure to businesses, entrepreneurs, and artists all around the world in their respective crafts. And we do so through audio and visual interviews where we come on and we talk about all things from getting into the business to most memorable moments to even some advice that you may give for other business owners and entrepreneurs out there. So if this sounds like something that you would be interested in, we'd love to have you on for an interview. Please be sure to reach out via any social media platform and we'll definitely get back to you. But until then, enjoy this episode. I want to welcome everybody back to another episode of the Down to Business podcast here with Tamar Turner, and always just excited for y'all to join me. Always just excited for every episode just to be able to sit down with a different business, really just explore kind of their journey, where they started, where they're at now, and how they're looking and what they're looking forward to in the future. So thank y'all as always for tapping in. We've really just been doing a lot of great things, been getting a lot of good feedback. So stay tuned. I got a lot more coming for y'all. We got a lot more in store. Just different series being able to dive in and tap in. So without further ado, I am sitting down with an entrepreneur, I'm gonna say, because she just does so much. She actually, I met her at ECU, and she actually reached out to me, and just in her reaching out to me, I was kind of already thinking about her just because I saw what she was doing. So I'm sitting down with Maggie today. She currently goes to ECU. I'm gonna let her explain everything that she does because I want to make sure that I get everything concise, we get it correct. So Maggie, how you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I can't complain. I can't complain. I'm always good. So, can you just tell us a
Good.
little bit about yourself and about everything that you do?
Yes. Okay, so my name is Maggie. Currently taking a little break from school, but I do go to ECU. I will be re-enrolled in the fall in the spring. So I'm a student, well, not really technically right now, but I'm also an entrepreneur. I run a couple businesses. We have a family business, Mama Maggie's Creole Oil, all natural homemade Creole products. We make oil, soap. We're getting into shampoos, scrubs, all different types of things. Our business is expanding drastically, so I do that with my family, and then I have my eyelash extension business, Mag Lash. So I'm a certified lash tech. I do lashes. I sell lashes. I offer courses, things like that. And then I also have my bag business. I call bags duffs. That's going to be like my trademark, like duffs. If you see purple duffel, you see somebody talking about holding a duff, that's me. I sell the purses, purple duffel, all different types of bags and purses, different styles, colors for everybody. So that's what I do.
Okay, I love to hear it for sure. And like I said, I needed you to break it down for me. I needed to make sure everything was out there, everything was said correctly, so that way, I'm excited to just really just dive into everything individually and then kind of collectively. So, did you introduce the businesses like the way you kind of talked about, spoke about them, and said what each one was? Did you introduce them in the order that you got involved with them?
Actually no. So it all started with lashes. So last semester, I would say last fall in August or so, I started with the lashes. Broke college student, had no money, had no aspires of getting another job. I had quit my job for the summer. I was like, yo, I'm not going back to work. That's not me. Like, I'm better than the little $12 an hour. I'm worth way more than that. So, I didn't even get certified. I taught myself how to do lashes. After I taught myself, I practiced on a couple friends, and then it was up from there. It took me like 5 months to actually get all the practice that I needed in. But once I got to it, things really blew up for me. Clientele got consistent. So with the money that I was making from Maglash, one weekend I had went home. This was around April, I believe, like early April, March, April. Went home one weekend. I was chatting with my brother and my sister in my room. And, my mom, she's always been one to make like all natural products because she was a cosmetologist at one point. And, we are Haitian. So, we got that secret remedy. Like we always make products. Just that's just what she loves to do. Like she sit around like I'm gonna make some oil for my hair, or skin breaking out. Oh, I got this for you. Or you sick? Oh, I'm gonna make you this herb tea. Like that was just our thing. So we kind of sat down. My brother and my sister were also in the entrepreneurial world. we sat down with each other and we were just sitting and talking about like, yo, we need to start a family business. You know, we need to have something that we can leave for generations behind us. And my sister was doing my hair at the time. She was doing my hair, she was braiding my hair, and we was using the oil that my mom had made already. It was avocado oil. And I'm like, yo, this oil is like, it looks good. It smells good. Like, it's making my scalp feel good. Like, Ma, where'd you get this oil? And she was like, oh, I made that one. And we all sat there. We was like, yo, we got it. We got it. We was like, Ma, you need to start selling these oils. This is crazy. Like, we just thought about this. Da, 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 da. She was like, no, like, I don't know, you know, I'm busy with work, you know, like stuck in her ways, stuck in her ways. But we convinced her. We bought everything she needed to start up. We didn't even tell her. We kind of surprised her with it. Packages started coming to the house, bottles rolling in, labels rolling in. It was like, here, Mom, do your thing. Like, you got to do it now. We got everything that you need to start up. And she went to it. She was excited. She got to it. And it's been up from there. Like, we're firm believers in faith over fear. You can do anything if you have faith in what you're doing. And that's exactly what we did. And Mama Maggie has received so much support. So that's what we started in April. So first it was the lashes, then it was Mama Maggie, and then September 1st, I launched my bag line. September 1st, 2020. Literally, it was an idea in like June. I was out on a picnic with my friends, and I just like, we were doing a sip and paint, and I painted like a bag. And on the portrait, I had wrote purple duffel. It was so random. Like, I drew a purple duffel bag and wrote that name on it. And months later, you know, I was like, yo, I need to reinvest this money that I'm making with my lashes into something else. Like, I need a product based business for myself. And I've always been like into fashion, dressing up, things like that. So I'm like, yo, I might as well just sell cute little purses because I'm always wearing them all the time, anyways. So, you know, I did some research, I got to it, you know, reached out to some vendors, found a lot of cute products that I liked. And that's how Purple Duffel came about. I literally found the painting that I had drew like the last week of August. I was trying to think of a name for the business because I had all the bags already and everything like ready to go. I just didn't have a name for the business, and I found the painting. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, that's how I knew it was destined. Because when I found the painting, I was like, this is going to be the name of my business. And that's when I started that. September 1st, 2020, my website launched. And everything has been going super, super, super well. I feel so blessed and highly favored every single day. It's so crazy. But that's pretty much the order that everything really went in and how it kind of came about and came to be.
And that's amazing. And really, just to hear the main thing that you said there really stuck out to me was faith over fear. And just to see how far that has gotten you, and just everything, just the vision, just like you said, sometimes what may seem random is really just, it was destined.
It
You
was
painted that for a
destined.
reason. You painted that name for a reason. And yeah, what didn't really make sense to you in the moment later came back,
Mm-hmm.
and now look at where you are. So like you kept saying, it's only up from here. So now going back to the lashes, knowing that you first learned the service and kind of practice, did what you did, offered the service to other people, got reviews, got feedback, got better with it, experimented with different things, and then knowing moving forward that you could then go on to offer classes and teach other people this skill, and then watch them kind of go off and branch off and do their thing. How does that kind of make you feel, and what is that experience like?
Oh my goodness. It makes me feel so good because honestly, I'm one, all my friends can tell you this. Like, I literally am the friend that's like, yo, quit your job, you know, let's learn how to do something. Like, it's money out here for everybody. Like, the best thing to do is invest in yourself. So, you know, it makes me feel so good that I'm able to teach people and help people learn a skill that can really change their lives, because it changed my life for the better. Like, you know, it gave me the opportunity to learn how to, okay, learn a skill. It taught me patience. Like, everything's not going to just come to you when you want it. Like, you have to be patient. It taught me how to work hard. So me knowing these things and learning these things from a little skill and being able to transpire that into other people and just help them build what they want to build up for themselves, it's amazing, and it's truly a blessing. Like, I'm a child of God. I'm sorry, I don't know if religion is against on your podcast if we're not supposed to speak on these things in your podcast, but I'm sorry. I'm a child of God, and I truly believe that we are here to service people. So being able to do that and watch people be put in better positions by putting themselves in better positions really makes me feel super happy, super fulfilled. I truly believe that's one of my purposes in life, to service people, of course. And just, it also makes me feel good that they're able to make money off of it. Like, you can do something on your own. You don't have to go working for the man to get the money that you need or to get the coin that you want. You can do it on your own because we're strong people. Like, you have so much more to offer to the world than working for a job. And that's like my main thing. That's why I'm going so hard for my businesses right now, is because that's what I'm so against, is using my abilities and just what I have to offer and putting it all into a job when you can do it all on your own and invest in yourself, truly invest in yourself and put yourself in the best position possible, because you're not going to put yourself in a terrible position if you're doing it like, for you. So being able to do that, teach people the skill and see them grow, learn patience, learn all these other traits that I've learned, it's amazing to see. And I do have people reach out to me sometimes and tell me like, yo, I don't know, like, it's getting kind of tough, but just being able to push them and motivate them and they keep going, it makes me feel so amazing. Like I'm doing something really good. And I love that. I really love that.
I can hear that love for sure. And I will say, on behalf of my platform, at least, you don't ever have to apologize for speaking on religion, for speaking on God, for just speaking on your beliefs and how you feel. Literally, my previous episode before that, episode 21 with Janae, is literally called Rooted in Faith. And she is somebody who really embraces her spirituality. So I
Mm.
definitely encourage you to go tap into that episode. Just tune in, because she really dropped some great spiritual gems just about her journey and where it's brought her and what she's kind of looking forward to with the time coming. So, just in thinking about also something you said about investing in yourself. So, being that I know you spoke about Mama Maggie and how this is something that you do with your family, being that everybody took that decision to all kind of put in, all kind of put their effort forth, and knowing that, like you even spoke about earlier in the interview, knowing that you can leave something behind for your grandchildren, their children, and so on and so forth. What does that do for you, and what do you kind of have in mind with everything that you guys put into Mama Maggie, and like you said, with the expansion?
With Mama Maggie, our main goal was to put our family in a better position. Both of my parents are Haitian immigrants. So, they came here with little to nothing, and they sacrificed their whole life for me and my siblings to just even have a better life, a better life than what they had. So, starting this business was for us to ensure that everyone to come after us is set, because we've seen like true struggles. Like we've seen true struggles. We came up with true struggles. Like, and it's kind of hard to believe when I say it sometimes to people. They're like, "Yo, all right," like, but now, like, humble beginnings for real. And we really just wanted to ensure that our parents could witness a life and have a life that they never thought imaginable along with us. Like, we want to do the impossible. We want to pursue things that people can't really see, and when we do that, I want us to be kind of like a living testimony for people, especially people that we know and that we're around every day, and just like that we love on, and our families, like our extended families, like our cousins and uncles and aunts, and like everybody, just to know that, yo, you can really do it. Anything is possible because we're regular people. Like, we just want to leave a legacy behind for our family, for our last name, of course. Like, we repping this for our last name at the end of the day, because our last name is going to be remembered, and that's period. Like, I don't care. So for that, for sure. And you know just to inspire people to do anything that comes to your mind. I was just talking to my mom today, and she was talking about, literally right before we got on this call, she was like, if you have a thought about something, if that's what you're thinking about, that's coming to your mind for a reason. And me, my brother, and my sister sat there and had the same thought to turn this into a business. It's one thing if one of us was like, yo, we should do this. But for all three of us to sit there and say, yo, this is crazy, like, let's do it, that's next level. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like with Mama Maggie, I don't know if I'm going off topic. I kind of Can you repeat the question a little bit?
So no, you actually really just answered it, but no, you can definitely keep going. It was really just what has it been like, just really knowing that you guys kind of all came together, meaning your family, and that this is something like a legacy, almost like a tradition,
Oh,
something that you, like you say, you kind of just want to keep on. What is that feeling like for you, and what do you guys kind of, is that something, I would even more so add to the question and say, is that something that really just keeps you guys going day in and day out, just thinking about different ways to serve people and kind of just seeing the impact you guys have already had?
yo, definitely. Like seriously, yeah. So working with your family is one thing. Like it's your family. Like unconditional love. And it's crazy because now we're learning so much more about each other because we're working with each other. So it's a little bit different. We're getting serious, down to business with things. LOL, down to business with things. Handling money, handling situations, handling all types of things with each other. We're seeing different sides to each other, which is amazing and beautiful because we're all growing. Like as the business grows, we're growing as people at the same time, and that's the beautiful part about it. And yes, definitely like seeing the impact that Mama Maggie is having on people, like getting personal messages like, yo, my skin is so beautiful. Like, I have this natural glow. Thank you so much. This soap is amazing. Like, I've never felt so clean when I got out the shower. I got a message from somebody. They said, yo, they was using the avocado oil. He was like, I know that your mom makes this oil with love because I felt it in my heart. I felt like a tingle on my heart. That gave us chills. Like hearing little messages like that really moves us and pushes us to like keep going, you know, truly because, we're really doing this from the heart. Like, this is not something that we doing for coins. Like, my mom, she's been doing this. She's been making oil, she's been making products for us, but to put it out there for the people and for them to get like a little feel of our culture, the Haitian culture, see what we're about, try out some homemade products. And it's one thing to go buy something in the store like some oil, but when you're buying something that's homemade, you're getting all the effects of that product because we're truly making it and pouring out our love on it. My mom speaks over all of her products like heal, heal. Like she'll speak the words of what she wants to happen with her products over the product and it works. Like the power of the tongue is amazing. Like she'll say like let the love be felt or whatever the case may be, and to get a message like that knowing that she's doing these things is crazy. Like it's so mind-blowing. So it's so beautiful being able to put something out and people, we putting our all into it and our love into it and people truly seeing that and supporting that for what it is. And Mama Maggie has been so amazing because I could truly say that the growth has been so organic. Like it's real love and we see that. So it definitely pushes us to go harder and harder and harder for Mama Maggie. We got so much coming from Mama Maggie. My mom, she's about to finally be able to quit her job because of Mama Maggie and work full time on her business, or well, on the family business. But it's for her. It's Mama Mag. She's Mama Maggie. She's doing the product. So for her to be able to be put in that position and truly give her all into what she's loving to do, it's amazing. Like I didn't want anything else but to see my mom happy and for people to witness our Haitian products and be healed in whatever they wanted to be healed in. So it's so beautiful to see and it makes me so happy. Like I was in the gym yesterday. This boy came up to me. He was like, I see what you're doing with Mama Maggie. I'm gonna have to tap in that all natural, get my skin right. Like just being out and people coming up to me talking about the products and things like that, it just touches my heart so much because it's a good thing. We're doing a good thing and that makes me feel good at the end of the day. So truly a blessing, truly appreciated. All glory goes to God, of course. All glory goes to God.
And I hope everybody was listening to what she did earlier and her response to that question with the down to business. I did peep that and I like that. I might have to use that in future interviews too. So, but no, really just hearing what you said about the love, the passion, the power of the tongue, all that just, it really just resonates with me and really just makes me think about how everybody should have that passion. I know a lot of people who really do have that passion just with their business, just with their mindset, even with their outlook on life, and how even something that really just made me smile was when you said your mom was about to be able to quit her job. I love that, and really just even makes
Yes.
me more so think about investing in yourself and what that can really do for you. It can
Mm.
really take you leaps and bounds, and then be able to support your family and maybe provide different benefits for them, and things that you never even thought about. So that's amazing. I really love that. So not to kind of take a left turn here or really just go too left, but just in thinking about everything that you do. So from Purple Duffel, having to get inventory, having to just make sure the business is running smoothly, ship out orders, things of that nature. Then in thinking about what you do with Mama Maggie, having to learn just different recipes and what goes into what. Because I was on your website, and from the soaps to the butters to the oils, it's a lot. So I could imagine just
Mhm.
everything that your mom knows, everything that she's done over the years, you've kind of
Mhm.
had to have learned and do just to be able to do yourself. I see even the videos that you post about just the all natural with the aloe vera and everything like that. And then thinking about also what you do with your lashes, and just from the classes to also you just still offering and still running a business. What has it been like being an entrepreneur? Like, has there really been any
Mhm.
struggle? Were there times where you kind of just couldn't prioritize right, or you just felt like you were kind of too overwhelmed to run all, be in all three?
All right, so I'm not gonna lie to you, most definitely. But I've been so blessed because I started out overwhelmed when I was just working on Maglash, and it also goes with truly investing in yourself. I feel like at the time when I started Maglash last August, my diet was completely different. My mentality was not in the place that it's in now. So once I started picking up more businesses, well, once I started picking up better life habits, I was able to pick up more businesses and things like that because when I started, well, in January, I was like, there has to be a change. I was doing lashes up until that point, but I was like, I don't feel fulfilled. Like, it's cool, I'm making my little side money, I'm going to school, but I don't feel like I don't feel fulfilled. So I decided to change my lifestyle truly and truly put my foot down and invest in who I am as a person first before anything. So, I stopped eating meat, started working out heavy, praying more, getting closer to God. And once I started doing those things first, I started working on myself first, trying to love myself more and truly tap into who I was able to do a lot more. My mind opened up to think about different ideas, how to do this. I was able to let people in and teach me, which is one of the most important things for me is learning. So I was able to read more books and allow people to teach me the correct ways to do things, like run a successful business, or even just the cheapest, like learn about the cheapest ways to ship, or things like just little things. So basically, I have a system in place now that helps me keep everything super organized. So basically, Tuesday through Fridays from 9 to 5, I do lashes. Saturdays, I do my trainings every Saturday from 10 to 4. And then after 5, every day, I take 2 hours dedicated to Purple Duffel until about 7:30. Because Mama Maggie is our family business, I have the help of my brother and my sister, and then my mom and my dad as well. They're doing their thing in Charlotte. So with me being in Greenville, we all have a role with Mama Maggie. So I'm like the marketing, I'm doing all the posting on the social medias. I'm also customer service. So I'm getting back to people on in the DMs. I'm setting up the meetups and all of that. My mom, she's strictly making products. Packaging is her, my brother. My sister's in Greensboro. She's also doing some Facebook marketing. She's running the ads, things like that. So we have certain systems in place so that no one is too overwhelmed. But honestly, I could say that God has truly blessed me with the ability to work and grind. Like, I don't get tired because, I wake up every day and I feed myself the right food. I'm putting the right things in my bodies to give me strength to do what I have to do for the day. I'm reading books. I'm actually doing things that I like to do so that when I do feel like, oh, I don't feel like doing this today, I'll take a little break, go for a while. I love nature. I'll go outside, sit on my balcony, look up at the sky, call my friend, do what I have to do to get myself together, then get right back to it. Because at the end of the day, I'm always thinking about the end goal. I don't want to go back to where I came from. So, I gotta keep that in my head, like keep pushing, keep going. And it's pretty much fun for me. Like, Purple duffel is my thing. Like, I love fashion. So purple duffel is like exciting for me. Like, I love running that business for sure. Fashion is my thing. Dressing up, taking pictures, I love it. Finding new bags. I shop a lot anyway. So that's nothing. Like, purple duffel is like low key a hobby. Mag lash, I work out sitting down doing lashes and stuff, sometimes my back starts to ache, kind of feel out of place sometimes. So I have to work out consistently, keep my body in shape, to keep my body right, so that when I am doing lashes, I feel okay, that I'm energized. Just doing certain things for myself to make sure that my businesses run smoothly. I feel like that's very important, especially if you're doing multiple things at one time, because you don't want your mind to ever fall into the wrong place, like, oh, this is too much, or it's never too much. Like, you can do it. You just have to have those systems in place. You have to know what you want. You have to have an end goal, your goal. Just do what you got to do, really. And at the end of the day, like, it'll get easier, because once you get big enough, you'll get to the point, well, I get to the point where I can hire people to do certain things that I don't enjoy doing, things like that. So just investing in myself was probably the best thing that I could have ever did, like, mentally and physically. Was investing in myself was the best thing that I could have ever did, because once I did that, it was a domino effect for everything else to fall into place for me.
I love that you really spoke about mindset too. Just sometimes recognizing that you weren't in the right place and just having to get yourself back right, or just feeling maybe out of sorts, whether it be physically, mentally, spiritually, and just always having to get back on track, because that is really just very crucial. Just always making sure that you're in a good headspace, just making sure
Yeah.
that you're physically okay, because I mean, those are things that can all take a toll. And once one starts getting affected, then it's just really just a domino effect from there. Things just start to worsen. So always just making sure that you're in top tier shape, just making sure that you're always just thinking good thoughts, and even praying, reaching out to God, or however you engage in your spirituality is really just
Yeah.
crucial. And I like that a lot. Now, with Purple Duffel, with really launching your website September 1st, and now being a month, and here we are, how has it been? Like, what has really kept you going so hard for this business now? What is really, you wake up every day, and like you said, you come home and you know that you have a schedule to dedicate a certain amount of time. What really keeps you going to really want to propel this to the next level?
Honestly, God. God keeps me going. God is my best friend. Like, for example, today. So every Thursday we fast. So, fasting day, you dedicate a lot of time to pray. I prayed a lot today. Some days I won't get orders, and I'll be like, God, like, what's up? What's going on? Is this something that will be successful? Is this something that I should be doing, God? Just show me a sign, I'll listen. Just let me know what's up. So that was my main prayer today, because business has been pretty slow. The month of September was crazy. Like, I wasn't expecting that much love. And me being in my first month, that should have been my sign to keep me going. But this month, you get a little discouraged at times, when things aren't going your way. God just reminded me, like, yo, like, today, I literally sat down, got on my knees, and said a prayer. About 20 minutes later, I got a huge order. And I was like, God, are you for real right now? Like, it was just so crazy. It's little things like that that really keep me going, because sometimes I do get discouraged. I'm like, come on now, like, those little negative, the devil comes talking in my ear sometimes, basically. But God always reminds me and picks me right back up, and keeps me going. So I just have to stay strong. And like I said earlier, purple duffel is pretty much a hobby for me. Like, I'm a shopper anyways. I love cute bags, I love cute clothes, cute shoes, heels, things like that. So getting on the internet and finding these vendors and looking for things that are cute to me is what I was doing anyway. So it's really nothing, like, at all. In terms of, like, running the business, like, actually, working on the website, marketing, shipping, and things like that, it does take a lot of time and dedication. But I mean, that's with anything. Like, anything that you truly want and desire will not come easy. And if it comes easy, as they always say, it's not worth having. So, I'm definitely willing to put in the work, because once you put in the work, like, when I started putting in the work seriously, I started seeing the results, and that's all that matters. Like, you have to have I always say you always have to have that end goal. Like, where do you see your life in 5 years, and how do you plan on getting there? Like, you're not gonna get to where you want to be by sitting on your phone on Instagram all day. If you sit on your phone on Instagram all day, you might as well find something to put on Instagram that can make you, get into a better financial situation or make you feel better about yourself or whatever the case may be. Like, don't just be doing things for no reason. Like, don't get caught up in what's going on, like, in the world. Like, actually try to make a difference. I always tell people, like, try to put yourself in the best position possible now. Like, we're mad and young. We're young. Like, we have the time, we have the energy. Like, I'd rather do all of this now than do this and realize it later when I have kids and, I have less time on my hands, things of that sort. So I always just think about my end goal. I think about my future family, where I would want them to be, how I would want them to be living. And I put in that work because it's nothing right now. Like, I'm in perfect health. I can do it. So why not? Like, why not?
Why not? Like you said, it's just ground it out. And I think you actually might have dropped some advice for some people out there just listening. Something that you said was it was a hobby for you, and something that you did was then you turned it into a business. You turned it into a way for you to generate another stream of income. So,
Right.
just for everybody listening out there, if you're somebody who may not even have a business, just think about your hobbies. Just think about things that you do or you enjoy doing or how you spend your leisure time. And is that something that you could generate money from? Or even for those listening out there who maybe you already have a business, maybe you have multiple. Well, why not try to adopt another stream of income? You can never have too much, too many sources of income. I feel like, I mean,
Exactly.
that's just it's all that money out there. You might as well just go get it on that way. So nothing wrong with being an entrepreneur for sure. So just in thinking about you, Maggie, just in hearing about everything that you do, what would be some advice that you have? Just some, maybe even some words, or maybe even an experience that you've had thus far with being an entrepreneur, excuse me, and just for other entrepreneurs out there, for future entrepreneurs, just how they run their businesses, just maybe about the life, the ups and the downs, the trials and the tribulations.
Yes, that's a really good question. But I definitely do. There definitely are lots of ups, but there are lots of downs too. Like, people always think everything's going so smooth because, especially with me, because I never talk about, what brings me down or what goes on behind the scenes, really, because I don't let those things serve me, but it is important to hear about them and talk about them too. So, like, a lot of times, people, like, they definitely try to bring us down, especially with Purple Duffel. Things are always said, but I don't let anything get to my head. Like, I'ma still pray for you, sis. Like, at the end of the day, like, we cool on my end, but I definitely just say, like, keep, like, just grind it out. Like, you have to know who you are, and with entrepreneurship, it's not easy. Like, nothing is easy. A lot of days I wake up and I'm like, I just want to sleep in bed and watch Netflix today. Like, I just want to chill. But it's a sacrifice. You're truly making a sacrifice. Truly making a sacrifice. And it's not easy doing that sometimes, but you have to be strong. You truly have to be strong and driven, super driven. So just, and also, like, with entrepreneurship, I feel like it's important to surround yourself with the right people. And I feel like that's why when I kind of started business, especially with the lash extensions, a lot of people were bringing me down, like, oh, who do you think you are? Like, bruh, that's not gonna go nowhere. You might as well just go to class, go back to class and focus on this, da 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 da. But you cannot let people get into your head because they can't see what you see in your head. They can't see what you see going for yourself in them years. So, surround yourself with people who are driven just like you, and surround yourself with people who have the boss like mindset, or with people who are better than you that can teach you things and you can learn from them. Because once I started to do that, I stopped being discouraged. I stopped letting things get to my head because I was surrounded by people who were just like me, trying to get to the next step, or who was already at the next step, helping me get to that next step. So I feel like that's probably one of the most important things, is who you surround yourself with. Of course, everyone has heard this saying, if you surround yourself with five broke individuals, you're going to be the sixth broke one. But if you surround yourself with five millionaires, what you think is gonna happen? You're not gonna be the sixth broke one. You're gonna be the sixth millionaire. So definitely, 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 that's the best, probably some of the best advice that I was told. Definitely watch your surroundings and just grind it out. Like I love the grind though. Like I'm a hustler. Like I like hustling. Like I love the grind life. I'd rather do that than chill any day, to be honest. So, this is the lifestyle that I like to live and that I chose. And it's a lot of people like me. I've met a lot of people like me. So definitely find like-minded people. And my mentor told me the best way to do that is to attend like different events or go to different places that you truly enjoy and desire to do. Like I like to read a lot. It's kind of weird. Not weird, but people be calling me nerdy sometimes. That's why I said weird. But I used to go to Barnes and Nobles and just like try to find people to interact with because we're enjoying the same thing low key. Like you like to read? What you about to read today? Like, and we'll get to talking a little bit, and you make a genuine connection because y'all truly somewhere doing something that y'all both enjoy. Or like, I like nature, so when I go to Charlotte, me and my homegirl we'll go hiking, and we have the most genuine conversations, and we'll meet genuine people around us because they're also doing something. They're doing the same thing that we enjoy doing. So you meeting people at these places or different events that you enjoy. Y'all gonna have so many things in common and so many things to talk about. It makes it easier to find people to surround yourself with. So that's one of the most important things for me. And just always, I'm always in prayer. I'm always in the word, just because like I know you have to have a strong, very strong root. Like you want all your businesses and everything that you're doing to be rooted the right way. You don't want any wrong. Me personally, I don't want any wrong doings, wrong acts, wrong vibes, nothing. I want everything to be the right way. I want everything to be out of love. I want people to come to me and feel comfortable when they get their lashes done. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. So I stay in the word. I educate myself on the word, on what God wants us to do, and on what God wants us to be. So that's very important for me too. Like I stay in prayer. I ask questions. I ask God questions all the time. He gives me answers. And I just try to be as genuine as possible, like with everything. Like the support, like you don't have to support me. So when you do, it's truly appreciated, and I show that appreciation every time. Like at the end of the day, I'm a genuine person. Like, yo, you spent the time out the day to even come on my page and like this. Like, yo, I really appreciate that because you didn't have to do that. Like, you're just getting me one step closer. I take even the little things like to the furthest extent. Like, nothing is too little for me. Like, I truly feel like the little things matter the most. So, I try to recognize a lot of like even the small little things and really show appreciation and gratitude for those things because it means a lot. And truly, like, it's helped me being in God's word and like truly appreciating the little things has allowed me to stay humble as well. And I definitely feel like staying humble is very important, especially if you're trying to do things the right way and be a genuine person. Like you gotta be humble. You gotta be humble. So I thank God for that. I thank God for that. I really do.
All right. And there y'all have it. I mean, definitely a lot of gems, definitely a lot of different messages, definitely just a lot of different habits and mindsets, or maybe even skills to even adapt or read up on or study or things like that. But something I also, it made me think about just in when you were talking and kind of going through everything, what works for you and what you do and where you go and just how you get back to where you need to be. It's just everybody has to find their own lane, like find their own path,
Mhm.
and just you got to recognize that yeah, it's not always going to be good. It's going to be good though. It's not always going to be bad. It is going to be bad though, but you have to
Yeah.
still at the end of the day appreciate everything, appreciate the process,
Mhm.
appreciate the journey, appreciate the trials, appreciate every single thing, and that'll really make you even embrace it more sometimes, and really just cherish it, and really, like you said, when you get one step closer and one step closer and one step
Mhm.
closer, eventually you'll be there, and you really just never know. That's why you always just gotta keep your head down, like you said, embrace the grind, continue to
Yeah.
grind. So before we wrap things up, is there anything that you kind of just want to touch on about maybe any of your businesses and entrepreneurs, something we may not have mentioned today that you think the people out there should know?
Yes, definitely. Can I say my handles too?
You could say all that. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I put them in the bio too. But yeah, you could drop them on here too.
Okay, but so yeah, with Mag Lash, I offer eyelash extension courses in Greenville every Saturday. I do two-on-one trainings, so two heads, and I'm teaching both of y'all, so you guys can get that interaction to help each other. Every Saturday, I do those courses. I do lashes. My booking site is maglash, MAGLASH co.com. It'll allow you to book a class, it'll allow you to book a set. My Instagram is maglash, MAGLASHH. If you just want to see my work or just tap into what I'm doing a little bit, you can go on my page on my Instagram and look at my work a little bit. With Mama Maggie, we have so many products dropping soon. It's crazy. It got me over here hyped. So stay tuned for that. You know, we kind of post little teasers on Instagram. So follow our Instagram at Mag Creole Products, MAGCREOLE Products, Produx, not C X. Yeah, we put videos up there of like us home making the products, just videos of the final product, you know, testimonials, things of that sort, giveaways. We have a giveaway going right now. This will probably be, I don't know when this will drop, but just stay tuned on our page. We do giveaways. And our website, if you want to order, it's Mag Creole Oil, MAGCREOLE oil.com. If you order online, we can ship it. We ship every 3 days. I think the days are Tuesday and Saturdays that we ship. And if you're in the Greenville area, Charlotte area, or Greensboro area, we do allow pickups. My sister's in Greensboro. She has everything on hand. I'm in Greenville with everything on hand, and the home distribution is in Charlotte, and they have everything on hand too. Stay tuned. I'm dropping my skincare video, updated skincare video soon. So you want to follow up on the Instagram so y'all can see my skincare routine and tap into them all natural products. And then lastly, with Purple Duffle, literally the color purple, and Duffle spelled Duffle, purpleduffle.com. Purple Duffle is the Instagram. You know, we have a variety of bags, like I said earlier. So many different styles, so many different sizes, the business is growing. So just follow our Instagram, tag us if you order to be featured on the page. I'll definitely post you up on the page. Go show me some love on Purple Duffle, repost, like, do what you gotta do. And Purple Duffel will have some clothing releases very soon. I'm starting to get into trying to get some custom made clothes. So I don't want to say what yet, but at the top of 2021, there will be a crazy drop, something for the guys too. So stay tuned for that. Purple Duffel again, purpleduffel.com. And if you want to follow my personal, it's at Oda Boomin, OTTA Boomin, BOOMIN. Just tap in with me, really cool. We get along, whatever the case may be. But I want to say thank you to you again for having me on your podcast. And also, last thing I wanted to say, if you're a business person, like, don't be scared to reach out to people and ask them for help and ask them for exposure. Like, you have to be vulnerable and, willing to even get like true genuine results. So I appreciate you having me on here. I appreciate you taking the time out your day to talk to me and for this opportunity. It means a lot.
And I appreciate that. Honestly, I really can't thank you enough for taking the time out of your day to just get on here. Just really, I thank you for everything that you're doing, for the impact that you've made, not only in your family's life, but in everybody else's life. And I see a lot of people from ECU really resonate and really receiving your products and your business as well. And I love that. So I also got to make sure that I tap in and I spread that. And I hope everybody out there listening definitely tap in with everything that she's doing somehow, some way. You can definitely find a product or a service that'll fit you. So I really just want to once again thank you for taking the time. Thank you to all the listeners out there for always continuously supporting me, always continuously coming on and tapping in with me. I will make sure I drop all your handles, the websites, and we're going to get it all right to make sure for everybody who wasn't able to catch that maybe in the moment, I will definitely get you tapped in with her personals and the business ones as well. So to everybody out there, this has been another episode of the Down to Business podcast with Tamar Turner.